Welcome back to our channel.
I go by the name Ayo.
And I'm Ope.
And together we are called
Ayo Ope.
That was a bit longer. Welcome back to our channel, guys.
Yes, guys.
If you're new to the channel, welcome back for the first time. Where have you been? Glad you could make it now, but where have you been?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are certified marriage and relationship coaches, and all we do on here is share good vibes. We share our experience about love, dating, and relationships, and we do a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching, a lot of training. We have been married for 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. 10 years. So we're not novices.
Guys, don't get tired of us because we've been saying 10 years. I'm sure they've been like, It's a big deal for us.
It is actually a big deal, you know. So 10 years is a big deal. We're very excited to be celebrating 10 years of marriage. Okay, so let us dive into what we have today. Okay, but before we actually dive into it, we're still in our series, isn't it?
Yeah,
we're still in our series, The Little Things. Okay, in the part 1 of the series, we dealt with the little acts of joy. Okay, where I gave my wife some nice surprises.
Me too. I gave you surprises.
I'm still waiting for surprises.
I give you surprises, baby. Because my surprises are always big. Like when I flew you to America, I flew you to Mexico.
No, that was actually, man, you've done some really good things, man.
Oh God.
You know, when we actually flew me to America for my birthday, and that was a pleasant surprise. So yeah, you did try. Thank you. So that was the little acts of love. Okay, so go and watch that first part, okay, so that you can continue and enjoy the series. Okay, so little acts of love. All right, so I'm not going to go into all the detail of what we discussed. Of course, so go and watch it. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about what we have titled Catching the Intruders.
Catching the intruders.
Now, intruders, you don't want them in your home.
You actually don't want them.
They're not supposed to be there.
They are not supposed to be. They are not welcome.
They're not welcome.
But you know what? They show up unannounced.
Like a thief in the night.
They show up like a thief in the night. Ladies and gentlemen, we're already preaching, okay? So get your pen and paper and begin to take notes, right? So the intruders show up at night. Well, in this case, we're talking about the little foxes.
Yes. And I don't know if you've had that experience actually, like, I don't know, no, there's no foxes in Nigeria or any.
Maybe there are, but
are there foxes in America? I feel like foxes are unique to the UK. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but foxes can be so annoying when you have a garden and foxes are actually nocturnal animals, so they stay at night. You'll just see their eyes.
So explain what's nocturnal.
You know, you be the science student now. Nocturnal are animals that come out at night.
They eat at night, or they look for food at night?
Yeah, they do. Well, everything that we do
they can't see you during the day.
They can't see you during the day. Yeah, they can't see you during the day.
So it's at night that they can see. So that's when they actually go out for food and to do all of the many bad things. So you come out in the morning, and you see fox. Maybe your bins, they've scattered everything. No, Shabi, I was saying it last night was the first time. So normally we come out in the morning and we see the damage that the little foxes have done. But guess what? Last night, because I came back from where I went late, I actually saw the fox.
Saw them.
This fox was looking at me,
and they're not scared of you anymore, you know.
Yeah. I said this fox was looking at me. I was looking at him, and then I was approaching the house. I was thinking, okay, this fox will go. The fox was still there.
The fox was squaring up to you.
It was not until I came very close, he now ran away. But guess what? It was scattering our front garden, doing all sorts there.
So I'm saying,
the little foxes.
The little foxes.
That is an intruder. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah.
We have a scripture. Let us even just dive straight into the scripture, and then we're going to dissect this. As usual, we're going to share our personal experience. We're going to share our story. And obviously, we're going to give you some solutions, some tips, and some nuggets. Okay, if you have not subscribed, If you're new to the channel, you've not subscribed,
this is the time.
It's a good time to subscribe. Okay, so subscribe to our channel because this channel will bless you. So let us go to the book of Songs. I was going to say Second Solomon. Who was the first Solomon?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, go on.
So we are in the book of Songs of Solomon, or Songs of Songs, chapter 2, verse 15. So we've heard of that phrase. Some people might think it's a phrase, the little foxes that spoil the vine. Some people might think it's English. No, it's actually in the Bible.
It's in the Bible.
It's in your Bible. So we're going to read from the NLT translation first, which says, catch all the foxes, those little foxes, before they ruin the vineyard of love. For the grapevines are blossoming.
The grapevines are blossoming. Catch the little foxes before they ruin. Is it the vineyard or vineyard? Some people call it vineyard. Some people call it vineyard. I started calling it vineyard from last year.
Why? Okay. What happened last year?
Because I actually went to the vineyard.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was gonna say vineyard. Maybe that's an American thing.
Yeah, possibly, right?
Vineyard.
So I went to the vineyard for the first time. Amazing. Have you been to the vineyard?
No, I haven't. And you know this.
I didn't know now.
You didn't want me?
I know. I need to take you.
Yeah, you do need to take me.
I'll take it. Where's the vineyard in the UK? In London.
I don't know if there's one in London.
Okay, if you guys know any nice vineyard in London, let me take my wife. You know, I always tell her that I take her to places you only see on TV. So let me take her somewhere nice. Okay. So I went to this vineyard. Beautiful view. Beautiful. All of the plants, all of the flowers, all of the grapes. You can literally see everything. Massive land. And I can just imagine those foxes.
If a fox came there, how much damage
that fox
it can
cause
do,
in that vineyard. Okay.
Yeah. So even I want to read TPT version because I think that delves into it deeper. You must catch the troubling foxes, those sly little foxes that hinder our relationship, for they raid our budding vineyard of love to ruin what I've planted within you. Will you catch them and remove them for me? We will do it together. We will do it.
Oh my God, that is the joy of marriage, togetherness.
And that's why we like this scripture.
Of relationship. We will do it together because guess what? You ain't gonna do it by yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So literally, that is even where you can even start from. You cannot do this by yourself. But let us take it back. Okay. So we talk about the little foxes.
Yeah.
Right. That spoil the vineyard of love. Okay, those little foxes. So what are some of those little foxes? Let us even start from there, right? What are examples of some of the little foxes that could spoil the vineyard of love, the vineyard in your marriage, in your home, in your relationship? What are examples of those little foxes?
Malice. Malice. Keeping malice.
Malice. And then it's go on.
People might let's even say malice. People might think, oh, that's not me. Silent treatment is malice, you know.
Talk to him. Tell him.
Silent treatment is malice.
Tell him.
Weaponizing sex is malice.
Oh my God. Weaponizing sex in this 2023.
People still weaponize sex.
People are still weaponizing sex.
But you know, I have a theory though.
Yeah.
It's those who don't enjoy sex that weaponize sex. Because if you weaponize sex with me, baby, that's gonna hurt me more than hurt you more than you'll be. It's like biting your nose.
It's like I'm punishing myself.
Yes.
Imagine me. So imagine you weaponizing sex. You're punishing yourself.
Exactly. So when people do that, I'm like, you're not bad on the thing in the first place.
Even you cannot even weapon. I cannot even imagine that.
You cannot.
What's it like in here, you?
No, stop, baby. Come on, let's be.
She likes it too much to even
Stop. Mom and Dad are watching. Please.
But you guys get the gist, right? These are the little foxes because what happens is, and again, we say little because it's like, okay,
in quotes,
we are not talking.
Yeah.
Right? So it first of all starts with we're not talking for 1 hour. Then it goes to we're not talking for 6 hours. Then we're not talking for 1 day. And then that's how it keeps on going until you stop talking for 1 week and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're just keeping malice and just walking past each other, right? Without little foxes.
Little foxes.
Okay. How about the little secrets? Little secrets that you keep from your spouse, right?
Yeah.
Literally, you go somewhere, you branch somewhere from the somewhere that you went, and you just did not tell them. Because when you came back, where are you coming from?
They didn't ask.
They didn't ask. So, oh yeah, it was good, work was good. But after work, you went somewhere. And it's not like you went to do anything, but maybe you just went somewhere that you know that this person would not actually like you to go. But then you hide it from them. You don't tell them little secrets.
From when you're deliberately and intentionally holding that information.
Exactly.
That's where.
So it's not even like some people think like, okay, I'm not lying. I'm not, right? I'm just
They didn't
ask me.
But you know that they wouldn't like you to be there. You know that you couldn't tell them.
Exactly. You knew that you couldn't, or you know that you couldn't tell them that this is where I am or this is where I want to go, because that is somewhere they don't want you to go. And it's not like you went to a prostitute joint or you went to a beer parlor or something. It might just be
beer parlor. Sorry, are you 55? What is beer parlor? What is prostitute?
You went to the pub. So it's not like you went to one pub somewhere to get drunk, or you went to see your ex or something. It's not as big as that. It is the little things like, oh, I actually stopped by at my friend's place to watch the match. I actually stopped by at my friend's place to get, do you understand? But you deliberately held that information because maybe your spouse doesn't like this friend of yours or doesn't like you hanging around with them. So you decided, I'm not going to tell them. I'm just going to do it. Secretly. Little foxes.
Yeah, what about the little fox of resentment, jealousy? And let's talk about this. Because sometimes in marriage there are different seasons and different stages as a couple.
Absolutely.
And then there's also different seasons as individuals. Let's say in your career. And we've had cases where, you know, one spouse is jealous of another or resents another because in their eyes that other spouse has gone, that other spouse has developed and grown themselves, and kind of it brings out the fact that they feel like they've been left behind.
So it's almost like, okay, this person is doing well in their career, in their business, getting the promotion and everything, and this other person is feeling like, I'm just here, right? What is happening to me? What is happening with me? So I am happy for you. However, I feel some sort of jealousy because that could have been me as well. But
why can't that be me?
Why can't that be me? So we've seen where couples are almost competing with each other rather than complementing each other, right? So it's like, this person is doing this, I have to go and do my own. Doing it, and then gradually it becomes you're fighting a secretive battle, right, with your spouse, that actually then becomes a full-blown fight where it's like, I don't like this person, I want to be better than you, right? So it starts from the little foxes, right? From those little foxes. Unforgiveness. How about unforgiveness? Little fox. And we're not talking about unforgiveness of even the big things. We're talking about just forgiving the little things. Yeah. Right? The little things of, this person did not say good morning to me. The little petty thing, I'm telling you, you call it petty, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So it's little, but then that unforgiveness keeps growing, where you then have anger inside of you. Your unforgiveness, leads to anger. Anger leads to all sorts, right? And then you're just angry with this person. You cannot see yourself forgiving them for what they have done to you. So some people are holding on to unforgiveness from the 1980s. You're holding on to unforgiveness since the millennium, year 2000. 20 years. Wow, oh my God, baby. You just made me, oh God. Just made you feel old, didn't it? Yeah, because I remember. I actually remember the millennium, I was there. No, don't go to that I actually went to America. Don't go to that store. Oh. That's where I did the millennium now, wasn't it? Is it? Yeah. We actually said Y2K in America. I thought you never got to go. Why wouldn't I get to go? I don't know. I didn't know you then now. I didn't know you was in America. You're still praying for a spouse. I didn't know you were over the pond now. If I'd known, I would have. You'd have come a bit. No. So yeah, just imagine. So you've been holding on to the hurt since then. Little foxes. Little foxes. That spoil the vineyard. And the thing about the little foxes is the foxes leave. But they leave their damage behind. They actually cause a lot of damage. So the situation can be 5-6 years ago, but it left its remnants behind. Yes.
It's left its mark behind. It's left the poo behind. It's left the rubbish, scattered everything, put everything in disarray. And I think that's why I like the TPT, because the TPT makes it very clear. For they raid our budding vineyard of love. So once you start on that marriage journey, you're meant to, like a flower, to blossom.
You're meant to blossom, all right?
Grow.
And even just speaking about blossom, right? And speaking about the vineyard. So obviously we always talk about marriage, right? And usually when it's a new marriage, we say, God bless your marriage. God fill your marriage with new wine.
Yeah.
All right? And so we keep talking about the new wine.
Yeah.
But guess what? Wine comes from the grapes. The grapes that are in the vineyard.
Yeah.
So guess what? If you do not catch those foxes, what do? They come to steal your grapes. And because they steal your grapes, you cannot have wine.
Come on.
All right, this is actually a revelation.
So the process, you can't even start the process.
You can't even start. So the reason why a lot of marriages are empty, where there's no wine, is because they actually have no grapes. And they have no grapes because they have not gotten rid of those little foxes.
Preacher.
I hope I'm preaching to somebody.
Oh, yes.
So those little foxes have come to steal your grapes.
Yes.
All right. And that is why we want to tell you today, you need to deal with those little foxes. That is what is keeping you in that perpetual state of unhappiness, anger, and you're not happy about your marriage. Your marriage is empty.
It's true. And man, look, by real fox, yo. RSPCA will come after you. Don't go and kill real fox, yo.
You guys get the gist, right? So it can lead to emptiness. So no matter the amount of prayer that you're praying for new wine, first of all, maybe the prayer should be, you need to grow the new grapes. All right? Get rid of those foxes. Because as you're growing the grapes, the foxes are coming to steal them.
Very true.
The foxes are destroying it. So we need to go back to the roots.
So it's all in vain.
Exactly. It's almost all in vain because, oh my God, I'm trying to get wine. I'm trying to get new wine. You're trying to get new wine, but you ain't got no grapes.
You ain't got no grapes, yo.
You ain't got no grapes because you let the little foxes take the grapes. So first of all, let us actually get our grapes back. Let us get rid of those foxes and get our grapes back. Okay, so that's a word for someone out there.
Come on.
That is a word for someone out there. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting the gist.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So little foxes. So we talked about the foxes because they're creeping. Right? We mentioned that they actually come in the night.
Yeah, at a time when everyone is asleep.
When everyone is asleep. So you don't even know when they are, you don't even... So,
when they attack.
And this is why the Bible says, be sober, be vigilant. For your adversary, the devil, okay, moves around like a roaring lion.
Yeah.
He's not even going like a fox. He's actually like a roaring lion.
He's going to step up.
I'm telling you, seeking whom, and he's literally looking for. Do you understand? So that's why you need to be vigilant. You need to be sober. You need to be able to observe.
Very true.
To actually know when these little foxes have crept in. I always say this. There's times where we are in the middle of an argument and I can feel like the argument is going left. True. And immediately I'm like, what do I say?
You said, don't let the devil get between us.
Don't let the devil get between us. And what do we do at that point?
Hug and pray.
We hug and then we hold hands and then pray. Because at that point, I am being sober and vigilant. I can see that the devil wants to turn this little conversation that we're having into a big argument that's going to lead to something really bad. And we've been through that in the past. We're not going through that again. So quickly, we hug little foxes. We hug and we literally pray. Like tongue speaking prayer.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, makes sense.
So let us talk about what happened where we had our little foxes, right? A few years ago. 2 years into our marriage, all right, we said the story. So if you've not actually heard this story before and you want to hear the full story, we're going to link it there. Okay, we're going to put the link in the description where we talk about a time where we were living apart. Okay, that is the most difficult time in our marriage. That has been the most difficult season in our marriage because the devil actually played tricks. The devil actually tried it.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So go and watch the full video. But basically, the summary, what's the summary of that? What happened then? So we were apart. Yeah. We were apart, not that we broke up, because somebody's saying, apart. We didn't break up. We're apart. We're apart. So I was going to work and coming home on the weekends. Yeah, so literally I was away for 5 days every week. And coming back, yeah. So I think maybe I'll just go into, because I don't want to give the whole story. Yeah, it's not the whole story now. What our struggle was
was that togetherness.
That togetherness, yeah.
We lacked that. And this came in, you know, it doesn't just come in randomly. Maybe like third, fourth week. It now became, something is missing.
Something is missing.
But we just couldn't place it. You know, and then that little thing that you can't place, it now becomes bigger and bigger and bigger.
And I think what happened with us was, at this time, right, we were, we now felt like, okay, something is not right, but we only have one weekend to spend before I
Yes.
So we just wanted to spend the weekend without talking or ironing any issues. So we were brushing stuff under the carpet because guess what? That weekend we were like, okay, you know, we need to enjoy each other, right? So every weekend we're looking forward to Friday.
Everything
because
is about
Friday, let us get something in, or because I'm leaving, Sunday again before I leave, we get something in. So everything was rushed, all right? It was no longer organic, and then we couldn't actually talk about stuff because we're like, we have little time to spend before you go away again.
And even that time, Nene, I was actually feeling like, I don't want to ruin the moment because we have such a small time to spend. Let me not raise this issue because I don't want to have an argument about it, and then we haven't got much time because really all we had was Saturday. Because you come back Friday night. Yeah,
Friday late at night. Yeah, I literally come back to just sleep after a nice round. Yeah.
Oh my God. Or 3.
So, you know, you come back and we were very young in marriage, right? 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, into our marriage, and, you know, we're going through this. So we actually dealt with that for almost a year, all right? Where we were, you know, struggling. Not struggling. I wouldn't say we're struggling. We were still very happy, but something was missing. Yeah. All right?
And we weren't 100%.
We were not 100%. Yeah. And Ayo and Ope, we don't do 60%. We
don't.
We don't do 80. We do 110%.
110? Come on.
So we felt like we don't have this 100%. We had like maybe 80%. It was not good. Until we actually sat down and had this conversation for hours, and then we realized something was wrong. We realized what was wrong, and we dealt with it. Okay, so literally I had to come back home. Okay, and I guess, okay, I'll come to that in a second. So I had to come back home for us to actually be together because marriage, okay, requires proximity.
It really does.
Relationship requires proximity. All right, so again, this is not a video about long distance or no long distance, but if you're in a long distance relationship, a long distance marriage, I feel like you are allowing the little foxes creeping. All right?
But that's why in those kind of situations, you have to put in extra effort.
Extra effort.
So already, if you want a relationship to work, you have to put extra effort. You have to be intentional.
Yes.
When you are long distance, more than if you're giving 100% before, you have to give 200%.
You have to give 150% because easily those little foxes
of course
creeping.
Situations are elevated.
I'm telling you,
you can't make up and say I'm sorry. You have to do it over the phone. It's just
so if you're in a long distance marriage, don't let it be for a long time.
Yes.
All right, have a plan to get back together very soon, because that proximity and togetherness is so important.
It makes a difference.
That is how God created marriage. Okay, man and woman will become one. So how are you doing long distance and you're not seeing each other, you're not becoming one? Intimacy, you know, physically, spiritually, emotionally, every area you need to become one. All right, so we shared everything that we did and how we went through in that video. Make sure you go there and watch it. Okay, but for now we want to just tell our people, how would you deal with these foxes? Right? So how can you deal with these little foxes? We have dealt with our little foxes, and let me tell you, the little foxes will come. So it's not a case of we don't have little foxes, or I reject it
multiple times.
Little foxes will show up, all right, and they will show up when you don't know.
Yeah, of course.
They will show up when you least expect. Okay, so have a plan of how you want to deal with the little foxes. Okay, and we're just going to share that with you quickly in the next sort of 5 minutes, even as we begin to round up. Okay, so firstly, all right, you want to actually tag the foxes. Okay, so imagine that you're in the vineyard and then you can see the foxes. So you want to actually name them.
Name them.
You don't actually know that this is Bingo. Did they call foxes Bingo?
Rocky.
You don't actually know that this one is Rocky. This one is Bingo. This one is Bofos. This one is Pluto. This one is Torpedo. This one is... those are the names of our dogs, though.
No.
You didn't have dog.
I did. We had a dog, Oreo.
Sorry, milkshake.
Yeah, because it was black and white, so we called it Oreo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened to the dog?
We got rid of it because
it was a little fox.
No, because my dad and my siblings got it while me and my other siblings were in Nigeria. So my mum came back and there was a dog in the house.
You didn't like it?
No.
You don't like dogs now?
I don't like them. I'm sorry.
Are foxes pets at all?
No. Baby, you just showed your JJC.
I mean, JJC, no vex. So, but I'm sure some people will keep foxes.
No, you're not allowed to.
Yeah. Why are you not allowed to?
They're an animal in the wild.
Are they wild animals?
Yeah. Foxes are from wolves, you know. Yeah.
Is that why they did Little Red Riding Hood? Was that a fox or
that
a wolf?
That was a wolf.
Okay. Sorry, we did digress. So, so first you want to tag those foxes. So you want to name them to actually know that, okay, it is actually unforgiveness. I can see that fox there. That's the secret. That's another fox there. It is. Do you understand? So you need to actually be able to
name them.
Those foxes. Name those foxes.
And the thing is, as humans, what I've realized is that it's okay. Like, these emotions are human emotions, and naming them doesn't make you a bad person. Rather, naming them helps you to address it.
Absolutely.
And nip it in the bud. Stop while it's a small. So if you're feeling jealous, okay, it's jealousy that I'm feeling. Why am I feeling that way?
Exactly. So understand that, okay, and actually be able to think about it and discuss it within yourself. Okay, so you name them. All right. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to track them.
Track it.
So you tag them, then you track them. Okay, track them in terms of understanding the patterns, understanding their patterns
or triggers.
So the triggers, very important. So now we know the triggers for the foxes that come into our physical home, right? When we leave stuff outside unattended to, right, the foxes show up. So understand that, okay, if I do this, a little fox will show up and eat these grapes. Okay, so I want to protect these grapes, so I need to know what time does this little fox actually show up. So that is the tracking, understanding the pattern of when you get those triggers, when you get angry, when you feel that unforgiveness, when you tell those lies. Understand what those patterns are so that you can know when the fox actually shows up. And
for us, just to bring that to be an example, for us it used to be when we do business as usual. So we're like, oh, you drop in Mickey, you drop him out, you go this way, you do this, blah blah blah. Have you paid the bill? Have you eaten? Blah blah blah. Rather than actually sitting down and
actually having a conversation that is not transactional. That is not about the children. That is not about the running of the home. Do you understand? Where it's not about, hey, we are rushing, hey, goodbye. It's like, okay, calm down. How are you?
How are you? How was your day?
Do you understand?
Yes.
Very important. Okay, so you do the tracking, all right? Then after that, what do you want to do? You actually want to then talk about it with your spouse. What does that Songs of Solomon say? He said that we said we should do something together. Oh yes, right? In TPT. Will you catch them and remove them for me? We will do it together. Will you catch them and remove them from me? We will do it together. So it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a one-sided thing. So before we can actually do it together, we need to talk about it. So don't deal with it by yourself. Okay, if you're feeling some type of way, all right, about your relationship, you know, you're feeling some sort of unhappiness, you don't like something that they have done, you've named it, you've tracked it, you know the triggers, now you need to talk about it. And address it together. You actually need to address it. And the thing about addressing it together, I don't know about you guys, but when we have to do something together, it takes away the offendee idea. It takes away that you are in the wrong, I'm in the right, because we're both addressing that goal. We both want to get to this point of, you know, we're in a good place. Yes, so there's no blaming, no you are at fault, because we're working towards it together. No blaming, no shaming. All right, and we're talking, that's why we're saying you need to build the healthy environment for your marriage. All right, so that the grapes can actually grow. It's never too late. So you create a safe space. For some of you, you're talking about it means confessing. You're talking about it means actually going to confess to your spouse. Those difficult about something, very difficult conversation. But if you don't have that conversation, the little foxes will go and keep coming back. Yes. And they are stealing your grapes. They are stealing your wine. They are intruders. You need to get rid of them. So we have to talk about it. And then after we talk about it, what do? We tackle it together.
Tackle it together.
All right? You come up with the tactics, with the strategies of how you're going to deal with it.
Yes.
So what boundaries are we going to set to prevent these little foxes from creeping in?
What things are we going to do? How are we going to ensure that this doesn't happen again? And this is very big for us because me and I are always all about evaluation. Like after every argument, we're always like, so what could we have done better?
What could we have done better? What could we have done differently? We don't like how we are feeling. We don't like that we got to this place. Let us deal with it differently. Oh, this is the situation of what happened. What could we have done differently? How can we protect our marriage? How can we protect ourselves from intruders? From these little foxes? That's your strategy. That is your tactics. That is how you're going to tackle those little foxes. You're going to catch them and you're going to get rid of them forever.
Very true.
And the thing is that they will keep coming. And you need to keep getting rid of them. Because they are attracted to those grapes. They want to steal those grapes. They are attracted to the good things. They want to steal them. They want to destroy them. So as soon as they come, you keep getting your strategies and fighting them together. Remember that your spouse is not the enemy.
Your spouse is not the enemy.
Your spouse is actually not the intruder. You are a team, and as a team, you're going to deal with these foxes together. You're going to deal with the intruders together. So you are a team. That is one thing that you need to remember. And you're going to tackle it together. And I know that by the grace of God, you shall win. You shall overcome. Ladies and gentlemen, have you been blessed?
We hope so. The answer should be yes. There should be a resounding yes.
The answer should be yes, okay? So if you need someone to talk to, if you need coaching, you need some counseling, all right? You need some advice, feel free to reach out to us, okay? coaching@ayopedavis.com. Visit our website for resources that would help you and that would bless you, okay? On ayopedavis.com. Don't forget, go and watch that video. It's in the link there. Watch the part 1 as well of this series, and watch that video where we actually go into the detail of everything that we did, okay, to get out of that situation that we found ourselves in 8 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, that was actually 8 years ago.
And when you just said it, baby, I was just like, oh my God.
8 years ago, because we've been married 10 years, okay, and God is really helping us.
We've been married, guys, we've been married 10 years.
In saying that as well, look out for our 10-year, okay, announcement. Okay, so we have a big announcement. We're doing something big, something different, okay, and we know that you guys are gonna love it, okay? So please, you know, support what we're doing, support the ministry, all right, in any way that you can. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, all right, and keep showing up, okay? Keep showing up. We know that you are blessed, and we are blessed to see you blessed, okay? If you want to support us and support anything that we do as well, the links to our giving page is there on our PayPal as well as on our website. You can give. No amount is too small, no amount is too much, all right? So let us sing our welcome song to welcome our new subscribers. Hopefully you have subscribed.
And you've told a friend.
And you've told a friend. Okay, so if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. You can't hear all of these good nuggets and all of these good grapes. Alright? And this sweet wine. You can't just take it, drink it alone. Subscribe. Okay, it helps us.
And when you subscribe, it's not Coke, you know. It's not Fanta.
I'm telling you, man.
It's sweet wine.
I'm talking about the wine. You know that wine when Jesus turned water to wine, that they said it was better than that is the type of wine that we're serving. Alright? Okay, and we know that it's going to bring newness to you. So, but subscribe and then share with your friends and family. Share with your loved ones. Share on your social media and tag us. All right, follow us on Instagram. All of these things help, and it all adds together. Okay, there's many things that we are planning, and we cannot do it without you guys. So please continue to support. We appreciate you and we love you. Okay, let us sing our welcome song to welcome our new subscribers. 5, 6, 7.
We're glad you came, we welcome you. We hope you learn a thing or two as you join us on this journey through marriage, faith, and life.
We're glad you
came, we welcome you. We hope you learn a thing or two as you join us on this journey through marriage, faith, and life. Marriage, faith, and life. Marriage, faith, and life.
Marriage, faith, and life. Say
marriage, faith, and life.
God bless you guys. We love you.
But God loves you more.
We shall see you in the next video.
Bye.
Ọpẹ́ ló yẹ mí, ojoojúmọ́ ni màá ṣọpẹ́.